I'll pan up. Hey guys, tell everybody hi, tell the world hello.
Hello.
Hearing it started. All right, a house full of people already. We're gonna start this. Hey guys, everybody tell everybody hi on Periscope. All right, you guys ready to get this party started? You guys ready to get this party started? Yeah. That's right. Okay, we can exit out on that remote and then pull the Team Fusion back up.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know the answer. I thought maybe I'll find out. I got Chris, you gonna be my banana?
What?
You gonna be my banana? Can you see me good? Awesome. I don't know. That actual thing? Oh, is it feedback? Yeah.
That was actual Periscope.
Okay. All right. You're my banana?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey guys, my name's Sadie White, and super excited to have you in my home. Who is here viewing Kyani's opportunity for the very first time? Awesome. I'll pick on all of you for sure. No, I'm kidding. We're most excited for you. Who in the room has been involved for less than 2 weeks? Awesome. Who's been in? Awesome. Who's been in for a month now? Awesome. That's exciting. Well, we're really excited for all of you that are here that are brand new to get a chance to see Kyani's nutrition and to see Kyani's business plan because we have a really great opportunity. Oh, did we technical difficulties? I don't know. Chris?
Here, I'll mess with it.
Chris is my technical difficulty guy. I have to just unplug and plug back in. You have yours out in this might be seeing its last day.
I think so.
Technology, I swear, it's not built for network marketing professionals. Our phones and everything else frees up.
There we go.
Don't touch it! All right, well, I'll share my story with you guys real quick, just so you know kind of where we're coming from and our background. We have 4 children, ages 3, 5, 15, and 15. So just let you know that if anybody can build this business, I know that anyone can because this girl has. So with 4 babies, building this business around my family, it has been a lot of fun. Jason and I jumped into network marketing about 3 years ago. I was working full-time as a nurse, Jason in federal law enforcement. But honestly, we were living at our jobs and our children living at daycare. And so we were ready for time freedom. I was really excited about financial freedom, so was Jason. Jason knew all about passive income, knew all about residual income. I had never been taught that. I just knew how to work hard and love people. And when I found out I could do both of those things here, but have life on my terms and help others and actually build a residual income to leave a legacy for my children, I got excited. We got excited about a chance to become debt-free. I immediately grabbed a hold of health and wellness. I knew that the power of nutrition was definitely something that people were looking into. Everybody's going green these days, right? Everybody's looking into juicing and smoothies and that kind of thing. Most of us are interested in losing weight, having more energy, feeling better, and giving our children a chance to become very healthy. And so we actually began building a successful business 3 years ago in another company, built it strong, learned a lot, and I really learned how to build this business as a professional, and most importantly, how to help other families get to where they were and help them get to where they really wanted to go. And so just 3 weeks ago, we looked at Kyani. Kyani was everything we had ever dreamed of in a network marketing company. To be honest with you, I'd never seen an opportunity like this before, and we had looked at a lot of things out there. To be honest with you, I'd never seen wellness simplified. I'd never seen this kind of nutrition simplified. People aren't confused. There's not 100 products. There's just 3 products here, and they make you feel amazing and do some great things. And I love that it was safe for 2 to 92. I also love the comp plan that Kyani had to offer and the culture that came with it. So we honestly, with no regrets, jumped into Kyani 3 weeks ago, began building with wonderful families. I give all the credit to our team. We hit Ruby today. So it has been exciting. I definitely couldn't have done it without our team. They're out hitting home runs with me each and every day. So this is teamwork to make the dream work, absolutely. So here we are, 3 weeks into this. My good friend Chris Jensen, who's an emerald in the company, brought this to us 21 days ago, so it has been a whirlwind. I don't think I've slept or ate. It's amazing how much fun it is to launch a business, but I'm feeling great. Actually, I'm just kidding. I've been sleeping great. I think the sunset's been doing great things for me. My energy's through the roof. Our kids are feeling great. The kids and I have sunrise races first thing in the morning. You'll know what that means in just a second. And we're excited about the money that we're making. First check was $1,500, $600 the second week, $600 the third week. It looks like we'll have a $10,000 month. So you talk about exciting your first 30 days in the business. That's exactly what this has been, and we want that for you guys. I can't say that to you enough. We want to get you guys to where we're going. We want to help you get to the momentum that we have already. And you guys are sitting in $1 million seats here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Less than 1% market penetration across the world, but especially here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you zoom into that map, there's hardly any distributors. You're probably looking at them right here. So very, very exciting that you guys get to look at Kyani first, get to bless your friends and family with the best nutrition on the planet, and then get to wow them with this incredible business opportunity too. So here we are. You ready to get started? Cool. My Vanna White's going to help me go through the slides. I'm going to do the first half. Chris will come in and knock you guys out with the business. Pretty exciting to see everything that Kyani has to offer. But I love to talk about the products because the products is what drives this business. The business builders build it, absolutely. But without a great product line, without this great nutrition, we wouldn't be here. Without our customers, we wouldn't have that kind of residual income. And so we really want people to understand why Kyani is moving so quickly, why people are feeling so great, and why there's an 86% conversion rate every time someone tries this stuff. You guys have all had shots of Sunrise, a little bit of nitro, so hopefully you're feeling the buzz by now. All those great nutrients racing into your bloodstream. All right, so Team Fusion, kind of the James Bradford and Brandon Stevens out of the Dallas, Texas area grabbed a hold of Kyani 20 months ago. Rocket launched this. They have over 3,000 people joining a week right now. I don't think network marketing's ever seen this kind of momentum, but I've never seen 2 young guys so humble and so excited to build a business every single day. Brandon's making up to $380,000 a month. I don't know if you're interested in something like that, but I sure am. And so Chris and I have always said we want to go where Brandon's at. So we've been learning from him and learning from Team Fusion, and we're really excited and very proud to be a part of this team. Okay. So to give you guys a little bit of background about Kyani, there are some things that stood out to us, and it was just really the financial stability and the people that owned Kyani. 2 wonderful families, the Taylors and the Hansons, over 121 years of business experience together. Big in potato farming, also big in wheat and barley, and also cattle farming, and they own Phillips 66 Petroleum. They actually own all the Phillips 66 gas stations across the world, and they were the first ones to turn it into a convenience store. These are billion-dollar families, and I don't know about you, but I get pretty excited about working with people that know how to build a business, have been very successful in business, but it also something that stood out to us is that they had never sold a business, and they had never failed in business. So how amazing to have that kind of track record, that kind of resume, and then to have these families stand up and say, how can we help an average family have an above-average lifestyle like we do? And they looked at network marketing, saw what a smart business that was, and then looked at the fastest growing industry in the world, health and wellness, And how do you impact someone's future completely? By changing their health and their finances. So they launched Kyani in 2007. We saw tremendous growth overseas, and then 20 months ago, Team Fusion grabbed a hold of this, and here we are in the United States. So we have just began to grow here in the United States, and because of all of you and all your help, we're starting to branch into places like Kansas and Missouri and Arkansas, right? I've got a first couple in Arkansas sitting in my kitchen table right now, pretty exciting. Oklahoma City. So we've got some really great things going on. Kansas City, on our way to Lawrence next weekend. So we really have a map that's untouched. Now these families, when they launched Kyani, they just really wanted to help Kyani be different. And I know we've all heard that, this company's different, but I honestly saw things here that we had never seen before, like a retirement program. Wellness Simplified, and just to reiterate, I mean, it's not very often that you see a company that offers something so simple, but something so powerful. We had seen companies that offered, kind of like my husband calls it, the Cheesecake Factory, where there's 20 pages, 20-page catalog, 20-page menu, overwhelming, right? People are confused when there's so many products and so much to learn. So we saw that people weren't going to be confused here, they were just going to be excited. So we're really excited about the fact that I think we're in almost 60 countries now. We were able to launch Italy as soon as we signed up, because we got a big group in LA, and half their family lives in Italy. So think about the families that you have, or the friends that you have that live around the world, and don't be shy to reach out to them, because Kyani is everywhere. Over $250 million in annual revenue, and like I mentioned earlier, less than 1% market saturation. If you guys know anything about business, in business, timing is everything. So we can't stress to you how important it is that when you do get involved in this business, if you want to take it to a big level, that you build with speed, because we are building quickly, and the people that come into your business over the next year or two will fall underneath your net, because you're out building a business, and in a broad way, very, very fast. Okay? Thank you, Vanna. All right, so the 3 products. Something that stood out to me was that they had designed these products for water-soluble nutrients to be in your body first thing in the morning, for the nitro to help those nutrients get into your bloodstream quicker throughout the day, and to help nitric oxide into your bloodstream, which also makes you feel fantastic. But then the sunset is the fat-soluble. As a nurse, that made a lot of sense to me, because the body does a lot of replenishing. A lot of growth hormones are released when we're sleeping, and all of those need to be in a fat-soluble form. And so it makes a lot of sense that Kyani is designed the way that it is. So Sunrise, absolutely incredible, tastes delicious. 1 ounce of Sunrise gives you the same amount of nutrients as 20 to 40 pounds of vegetables and fruits and herbs and minerals. I don't know about you guys, but I don't plan on going to Whole Foods and Sprouts and buying 50 or 40 pounds of anything and juicing to get about this much, right? Plus the gnats are everywhere. So a lot of people are interested in juicing. A lot of people are trying to sneak some good nutrition into their children, and Kyani is a very simple way to do that. It does come in a very big 30-ounce, beautiful bottle. You guys can see that in the kitchen, but it also comes in a little to-go pouch. So I give the kids to-go pouches on their way to school first thing in the morning. And then the nitro. So the nitro I've been taking with the Sunrise first thing in the morning, because I understood the power of noni. Noni is a superfruit. Noni is actually a superfood. It's one of the most powerful digestive bitters on the planet, and it helps get nitric oxide into the bloodstream. You can't live without nitric oxide in the bloodstream, and the more you have it, the better your body feels. It also helps your blood vessels dilate. It helps the nutrients rush into the bloodstream. How cool, right? To take that 1 ounce of all those nutrients in Sunrise and then rush it into the bloodstream even faster. Athletes know all about nitric oxide. As a nurse, I knew about nitric oxide and vasodilation, because we gave a lot of Viagra after heart patients. And of course, we know that Viagra got very, very popular for other reasons. So if you want to use Nitro Extreme for a little late night fun, go for it. You sure can. So it's pretty neat though, because the Nitro Extreme, because it's so powerful with niacin and CoQ10 and the noni to get all that nitric oxide in the body, it actually came from a study that was done in 1998 that won a Nobel Prize. And I was really, really impressed by that. I never won a Nobel Prize. So I was impressed that these guys had done a lot of research and that we had a product to help get that nitric oxide into the body. And then the sunset. Let's go ahead and go over it. I always forget. This is my, no, go back. This is my favorite slide, because I thought that this was tamales. I think it's ginseng. So, I mean, all these things look great, right? But I know a lot about acai berry. I know a lot about about goji berry. I know a lot about mangosteen. I know a lot about red raspberry. And now, because of Kyani, I know a lot about the wild Alaskan blueberry. So the wild Alaskan blueberry has up to 10 times more potency and antioxidants than any other superfruit on the planet. I was interested in getting that into my children's bodies and into my own. If you look at the auric value of the wild Alaskan blueberries, along with things like the goji berry and acai and the red raspberry, you have tremendous amounts of antioxidants. Antioxidants go into the free radicals of the body and attack it and get them out. If you know anything about disease and sickness, especially cancer, they thrive off free radicals. And if you're putting loads and loads of great antioxidants into your system like this, it's going to help flush that out. So really, really powerful on the body's immune system. Really, really powerful on the body's ability to fight disease and sickness. And very powerful on balancing the body. One drop of the sunrise actually will alkalinize water in just a couple seconds. Like our tap water with chlorine in it, just one drop immediately takes it to the better pH. So powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. And tamales. So you guys can see here, I mean, who's going to eat all this stuff? Not me. Especially 80 ounces of sardines, even though I know that sardines probably have a lot of great things in it. So we love to show people that are trying to have a healthy diet right here, would love to get this into their children's diet, into their own diet, that now they can with a 1 ounce pouch or a 1 ounce serving of sunrise. This just kind of reiterates what I told you guys a while ago about these scientists that found out how important nitric oxide was in the human body. If you know anyone that works out on a weekly basis or a daily basis, or if you have anyone that's a super athlete or a runner, they know all about nitric oxide and what it does for the human body. But we all need to be taking advantage of our nitro extreme and nitro effects. So this really stood out to me too, because I had never heard of a network marketing company winning this award. We're a nutraceutical company, not pharmaceutical, nutraceutical. And so when they go through the rigorous testing to look at the quality of these products out there, and they saw that Sunset offered 2 things that other supplements had never offered as far as over-the-counter, or really just as far as a special permit to even sell these kind of supplements. And that was tocotrienol and the wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. Tocotrienol is the most potent, pure form of vitamin E on the planet. I had never had tocotrienol in my diet until 3 weeks ago, and I thought that I had been on the best supplements in the world up until Kyani. So we are feeling amazing because of this tocotrienol, and the wild Alaskan sockeye salmon is illegal to be farmed. So how neat is that we're getting the best fish on the planet into our diet on a daily basis, or on a nightly basis, I guess I should say. And omega-3s are very, 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 very powerful on the human body, especially to get things into our body like DHA. You cannot get DHA from a plant-based omega-3. It has to come from a fish-based or a meat-based. And so the Alaskan wild sockeye salmon is the most potent form of vitamin nutrient fish. I imagine that you guys know a little bit about fish oil, but if you do nothing else to research the product, look up tocotrienol and look up wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. You will be so excited to take 3 Sunset before you go to bed each night. Okay, so you guys can read through this real quick and just think about everybody in your family that you know is suffering from some of these things. Maybe you yourself are suffering from a lot of these things. I was, and definitely looking to not ever, go the opposite way with this, and excited to help people, young and old, never deal with chronic fatigue, to help people never deal with chronic inflammation, and to hopefully help them get their body into a state of healing from all this great nutrition, so they don't have to ever worry about all of the disease and sickness that we see today. All right, so we're going to share some real testimonies. Chris, you're going to have to help me with some stories that I want to share, and then Chris is going to take over from there. You can come up with me to introduce you to people. Just once again, I'm excited for you guys, excited for you to feel great, excited for you to learn about the business. Thank you for coming. Thanks for listening to me slap my jaws for a few minutes. Slap my jaws. And so we're just excited to feel great too. Honestly, I feel better the last 3 weeks than I have in the first 3 years being on Great Supplements. So excited about Kyani. Thanks for coming, guys. Christian.
Good job. Well, I'm Christian, and the first person I want to get up for a product testimony is I want Walter Heath to come up here. Walter and Robin have got a very good business going on. He's seen some incredible results from me on the product, so I'll let him just tell a little bit about what he's seen and some things that have helped him out on a health basis.
Briefly, and I'm not going to do this, I don't do this very often. I'm one of those people that, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, when I go to bed at night, I can be fine watching TV, doing whatever, but as soon as I hit the pillow, my mind just goes crazy and I can't sleep. I can't get to sleep, and if I get to sleep, I wake up over and over, and I kind of have to walk around with my eyes squinted because I don't want to wake up, truthfully, because I want to go back to sleep. So when I started using Sunset, the first thing I noticed was I actually slept. I got to sleep, and I did wake up once, but I stayed asleep. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to get a little more time, but I'm actually sleeping now. And so I forgot what it was like to actually get a good night's sleep. And to me, that's better than anything.
There's a ton of great product testimonies out there. People have seen a lot of results in their products. And I think it's just like anything. Once you get your products and you get to try them, you'll see, I personally am very similar to Walter. I'm very wired up. I'm very much one of those people that just, when my mind gets racing and gets going, it's very hard for me to kind of cool and calm down at night. So I've seen some personal results from that as well. A good friend of mine out in Oklahoma City has been on Ambien for years, and he was able to actually get off of Ambien. Now, I'm not making a health claim or saying that if you are, you're just going to do that or prescribe something. What I'm saying, though, is that in his case scenario, that's what he chose to do because he saw such great results with these products. And so there's a lot of great things. So we'll go to the first slide here. And so I'm going to talk about the business side of it. And I'm very, very excited. Just so you guys know, my name is Chris Jensen. I'm from here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, I have a background in traditional business. I own a marketing and consulting company for physicians. And so during the day, I'm typically what I like to call, typically like a full-time butt kisser of doctors. Anybody know anybody else that does that? Tell them the guy that brings the food in. There we go. So we got someone else here. We got another part of the crew. So that's, typically my traditional business partner Lance, who's over here, myself, we're going in, hey, use us, don't use them, we're awesome, they suck, That's kind of what we do. That's like our daily routine. And so, for me, though, that's my traditional business. And technically, I'm in the pharmaceutical world, so to say. I work with testing and things of that nature, so I'm not really in the oral med side, but I'm really passionate about the nutraceutical sides, all organic health, things of that nature. And what I really got excited about was probably about 6 or so weeks ago, I had a friend call me. He said, hey, Chris, I'm taking a look at a company. I want you to take a look at this and evaluate it and see what's going on. I said, absolutely. I 100% want to see what's going on. I want to know what's going on. And here's why. Because I'm a very open-minded person. And I think, I've always been open. Well, I should say, I haven't always been open-minded. As a matter of fact, I had 2 opportunities specifically. I can tell you there's one opportunity 4 or 5 years ago. I had a friend call me and said, hey, there's this deal called Bitcoin. Has anybody heard of that before? He said, man, it's called Bitcoin. It's digital currency. He said, man, this is going to be the wave of the future. This is the next. And I go, no, it's not. It ain't going to work. Okay? At that point in time, Bitcoin was worth $8 per coin. And I was like, no, it's not going to work. Fast forward 3 years later, it was worth $1,000 a coin because it was currency. It was going to be completely tax-free. I probably lost $1 million. So when my friend called me and said, hey, I'm looking at a business opportunity, rewind. Yes, I am interested, right? I do want to know what's going on, right? And so I could tell anybody that's ever passed up on something and then seen it move on and people make a ton of money, you're like, oh my gosh, So for me, I said, absolutely, I'd love to check it out and see what's going on. So we started talking, he started telling me about what's going on. He started telling me a guy named Brandon Stevens down in Dallas who's 30 years old. He had a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old. I have a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old. I'm 33. And, he comes from a traditional background as well. He had a home security installation company. And so, very, very similar. And I said, man, this looks really good. And he said, Brandon's been in for 18 months at a time, and he's making $300,000 a month. And I was like, 18 months? He said, but here's the deal. He has helped over 450 people make a 6-figure income, and 26,000 people make over $50,000. And I was like, I don't know anybody, traditional, non-traditional. Google didn't do that the first 18 months. Microsoft didn't do that the first 18 months. Now, there's no doubt now, but not their first 18 months. So it's very, very intrigued. Like, what is he doing? How did he do it? What did he establish? I started asking questions. He said, well, let's get Brandon on the phone and talk to him. So I talked to him about 45 minutes, and I was like, man. I was like, you know what? This sounds incredible. Would you mind if I drove down to Dallas, Texas, sit down with you, and you showed me, kind of what's going on and validate everything that we just talked about. He said, absolutely. Booked a time, drove down there, so I catch myself a couple days later sitting in his living room. He pulls up his, his computer screen. He's going through how much his income is, things of that nature. And so he actually made $387,000 that month as opposed to $300,000, which was cool for me because it was better than what I thought. You know why? Because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of up to this, or I once made this, or, all of those things. So for me, the fact I knew he was legit because he's like, yeah, come on down. And then we sit down and start talking about market penetration, And so he showed Oklahoma was wide open, right? That was another big deal for me. He started showing me and validating all the people that got in and all the success and all the things and how he did it and what he did. And here's one of the things that as I looked at it, I got more and more and more excited and I got all in with it. Because I knew we had an opportunity. Here's what I like to say. Everybody knows someone who's made it in a network marketing company. Do you know what I mean? Everybody knows somebody that's done it. Everyone knows someone that succeeded, right? And you know what the commonality was? They were one of the first people that got involved in a network marketing company, right? They got in at the beginning. They got in the foundation, ground floor, whatever you want to call it. They were in on the front end of it. But guess what? Isn't that true in all business? It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you got in and bought an Apple at $10 a share, would you be doing pretty good today? Yeah. Getting in on the front end of anything is a really good idea. So I was very excited because they had heavy market penetration in Dallas and Houston and San Antonio and Florida and a few other places. But Oklahoma's wide open, Kansas is wide open, Arkansas is wide open, Missouri's wide open, a lot of states. Nobody had been in. So I was like, let's do this. I'm in, let's go. And we started getting after it. And here's what I realized, and that's where this slide comes in, is that there's a lot of people that live paycheck to paycheck, and 95% of people work a traditional job, get up, things like that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. That's totally fine. Here's what I found, though. People that are in this 5% financially independent, they aren't better than you and I. They just have access to different information. They applied it and leveraged time and money. They're making money 24 hours a day, even when they sleep. So as an example, you think Fred DeLuca in Subway suited up today and went in and was doing sub sandwiches? Absolutely not. Why? He doesn't have to. He's leveraged time and money. He developed a system that made him wealthy. Do you think Ray Kroc's family, Joe Kroc, Ray Kroc, they started McDonald's, now they're, obviously he's dead now. Do you think that they suited up in the Ronald McDonald outfit today and went into McDonald's? The answer is no, right? They did not. Do you think that, the Walton family suited up and was out greeting people at Walmart today? No, because guess what? They create a system that gives them time and money. So wealthy people aren't better than you and I are. They just had access to a business system that created wealth for them. And so what I liked about what we are doing and what we're putting together to create financial independence, you didn't need thousands and thousands of millions of dollars and stuff. So you know how much it costs to get a Subway going? $50,000, $100,000. A McDonald's like $1 million. You didn't have to have a lot of money in the type of industry that we're looking at doing. So that's one of the things that is very, very exciting. You have access to a business system where I can leverage time and money. And so, we'll go to the next slide here. So with our company, what they've done, what Kyani is, they leverage the three most powerful channels of marketing: retail marketing, online marketing, and network marketing. One of these is retail marketing. So every time you have a new customer and you bring them on and you sell a health triangle, you'll make $40 in retail sales. So I know some people that are great at retail sales, and I'm just going to be very transparent and honest with you guys. I'm probably not the best retail product salesperson. Now, my mom will buy stuff from me because she's my mom. You know what I mean? And now, I like to think I'm special, and she still thinks I'm special, so she'll buy whatever I have her buy me. You know what I mean? So I can retail sell that, but I wouldn't say I'm the best retail salesperson out there. However, I've got people in my group that are really good at it. And you know what I like to have the ability? To offer it to people that are good at it. We got a lady that's a holistic doctor. She sold $1,000 for the price the first couple days in the business. Why? Because she's good at retailing. There's people that are good at that, and I love being able to have that to offer to people. And guess what? You probably know people that are good at it too. Now you have something to offer them. So go to the next slide here. This is what I was talking about, the done-for-you model. And so we have a whole online tool set up where the samples, things of that nature, and we share the vision, the plan, of what we're doing here, and that's how we build. So go to the next slide. Now, this is where we talk about making income. Now, this is where when I talk about leveraging time and money, you now have the ability to do the same thing. This is what I love as far as this business. I love being able to leverage time and money and duplicate myself. So as an example, with the McDonald's, if you own 4 McDonald's or 5 McDonald's, right? In Ray Kroc's case, thousands as the actual owner, but as even a franchisor, those McDonald's are open 10 hours a day, and you own 4 of them, you could work 40 hours in a day, right? They're open 24 hours in a day, you can work more than that, right? But as one person, you can only work 24 hours a day and your next day starts over. But once again, what we talk about, there's a lot of money in startup for that. But in this type of company, there's very little to no startup. So the first level I'm going to talk about this company is a level called Jade. It's very, very simple. If you can bring in 3 to 5 people in Kyani, 3 to 5 people, what you're looking at is Jade. Right now, in our company here, I'm seeing every 2 to 3 days, someone in my business is going Jade right now. Because it's very simple. Everyone knows 3 to 5 people. Everyone knows 3 to 6 or however many. Everybody has a group of people. Here's what I like to say. When you had your wedding, right, you invited about 300 people. Why? Because you wanted to get presents, right? You know what I mean? Let's be honest, you know what I mean? You're like, I'm putting a lot of money in this wedding. I'm going to go cheap on the food, no flowers, but I'm going to invite everybody I know, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like people know people, and it's very simple. So this right here on average is $298 a month. And basically that's going to pay for free products, get you a little extra money. Your first month, you do that in your first month, the first 31 days, you're looking at a $100 bonus for fast start. Second month, $200. Third month, $300. Jade is very, very simple. It's not difficult to know people like that. Pearl, if you've went Jade, guess what? You can show other people how to do it, right? Very simple. So in this example, if you showed 3 people how to do what you did with Jade, you're a Pearl. If I do something, I can show you how to do it, right? If I ride a bike, I can show you how to ride a bike, etc., etc. And so what you're looking at is $659 a month. Now, it's not a ton of money. It's not like, balling money or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, right, who wouldn't be excited about $7,000 extra a month raise, right? Or $7,000 a year, sorry. Who wouldn't be excited about a $7,000 a year raise, right? Everybody would be excited. If you came into work tomorrow and said, hey, we just love you, I don't know why, we're going to give you $7,000 a year, you'd be like, woo, and you'd be pumped. So I've seen people move their entire families to other states for a $7,000 or $8,000 a year raise. And so the next one is Sapphire. This right here, you're looking at an extra $1,500 a month. You do it twice, you're going to get $1,000 down on a car payment, $500 a month. What you're also looking at in this is very simple. As an example, you help 2 people go Pearl, and you help someone just get in that 3rd position, and that's looking at Sapphire right there. That's an extra $18,000 a year. Who would be excited at your job tomorrow if you came in and they said, hey, we're giving you an $18,000 a year raise? People would be excited, right? Here's what's crazy. I would like to tell you that, I'm the best ever, but I'm not, okay? What I'm going to tell you is an example of how fast and how good a timing it is right now. I hit that level in 2 days. Jason and Citywide hit that. Did you get it in a day?
It was like 10 hours of putting people in.
She beat me. So Sadie hit it in like 10 hours. Another couple here in Tulsa, Joe and Jessica Upple, did it in 3 weeks. Paul Thompson, who I sponsored out of Oklahoma City, did it in 2 weeks. John Pennington up in Ohio did it in 4 weeks. We've got a lot of other people that are extremely, extremely close to hitting that Sapphire level right now. It's not because I'm like some awesome or unbelievable person. It just shows how good the timing is right now. The people are getting in, and it's growing and exploding because of the timing of the company and where we're at. And so what I'm going to do real quick is show you guys a video. I'm almost scared to move this. A video of the Dream Car program. One of the things when I went and saw some brand students, I went up to a meeting. There was about 70 white Kyani cars in the parking lot. When I walked up, I said, dang, this thing's working. You know what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll show you a little video here. I'll keep rolling. Uh-oh. Did I lose? Oh no. I have practice that. Are you good? You may be watching a commercial. You guys want these?
Hey, having a chicken sandwich?
First time that's happened.
What's up, Team Fusion? We're actually here in Anderson, Texas. We're going to pick up my new Lamborghini Garage spotter. I say this guy is probably order one of the jet skis right now. Team Fusion jet ski.
Jason's been doing the Lambo dance around here. I think I want a Porsche Cayenne. Just start picking out your cars, you guys. Wouldn't that be fun? Have a whole meeting all of us in the car? It will be fun. Yeah. Next one.
That's just a quick snapshot of the Dream Car program there. And so there's, on average, in Brandon Stevens' business, a person every single day that's qualifying for the Dream Car program. That lets you know, in addition to timing, how well this business is set up, how things are moving and where they're going. And so the next level I'm going to talk about is Ruby right here, which on example is you have two people at Sapphire and third person at J. Now these are examples. This company is all paid through revenue and volume. So as an example, when I went Ruby, I had two people at Pearl in my business. Actually, I think I had maybe like three people at Pearl roughly in my business. But, so you don't have to have those people at Sapphire. That's just an example so you can kind of see what it would look like. So you're looking at $3,569 in business on average paid at the Ruby level. And so Jason said you just hit that 21 days into Kyani. So you can see what's possible. It's very possible to get in business and see success very, very quickly. Yes, it takes some work, but guess what? It's worth it. It's worth it to have residual income. It's worth it to be able to set this sort of stuff up. Now, about 5 days ago, so my 5th week in Kyani, I hit the Emerald level, which on average is 2 rubies here and a pearl here. and that's roughly $7,000 a month in income. You get 2 months, you get a $5,000 rank bonus. In addition to that, they're sending us to New York this year. That's my wife's birthday. I'm very excited because we were going to go to Vegas. Now we're going to New York, and it's paid for, right? So that's going to be good for me. She said she was going to spend the $5,000 bonus in New York on clothes. So I said, all right, well, that sounds good to me. And so now, here's what I'll tell you. So far, up to date in business, I've made over $8,000 in commissions in Kyani. So I can tell you right now, it's very, very lucrative. If you want to make money in this, you want to get after it, you can make money in Kyani. It has got the most lucrative compensation plan I've ever seen of any company, bar none. Where in a company have you seen the numbers I talked about where, that many people are making that much money this quick? It's because the compensation pays out so well with Kyani. So the next level is Diamond, and you're looking at someone Emerald, Ruby, and Pearl as an example. That pays $13,895 a month. You do it 2 months. They're going to put $4,000 down on a car, $1,200 a month, and they're going to send you to headquarters, and you go down to Jackson Hole after that for like 4 or 5 days. All expenses paid. So another free trip in the company as well. So we'll go to the next slide here. One of the things that I love about Kyani is transparency, openness, honesty. Those are important things to me. They have an income disclosure statement. You can go to us.income.kyani.net, and you can see all the information about each level. You can see what the lowest paid at that rank is. You can see what the highest paid at that rank. And what they do is they go in the middle. And I love that it's not one of those smoke and mirror tactics of you can make up to this, or one time this guy made up to that, or it could pay up to this. Those are averages. They're taking the highest and the lowest, and you're putting it right in the middle. So I love that. And you can see what the fastest people did it, what the average takes it, how long it averages people to hit a certain level. So, that's what I love about this company. Very, very transparent, very open, very honest, not trying to, pull one over on people, things of that nature. I think I attribute that to a lot of the growth too, because it's not a smoke and mirrors game. People aren't disappointed when they hit levels and things like that because they know that the money's going to be there. So we'll go to the next slide here. The levels keep on going. You got a blue diamond where it's on average $25,000 a month. You get it twice. You get a $25,000 rank bonus. This year it's going to Nevis. Next year it's Costa Rica. So I'm excited. I'm going to work to get the Costa Rica trip, obviously. You got green diamonds, purple diamonds, red diamonds, double red diamonds, black diamonds, double black diamonds. Quadruple turquoise,
That's right.
diamonds, right? You got all kinds of diamonds, right? It gets crazy. There's crazy bonuses. There's all kinds of car increases. Here's what I like to say. Focus on jade, pearl, and sapphire right when you first get going. I fully believe every single person can hit those 3 levels. I 100% believe that everyone knows in the range of 5 to 30 people, right? I totally believe it. Because I've seen people do it. So many people already do it in our first 5 weeks. I've seen so many people put that together that I know anybody can do that. Once again, if 10% of your list of 300 that we just talked about got in, you're looking at sapphire for sure. And so, pretty simple deal. We'll go to the next slide here. Getting started in Kyani. Now, you're seeing 3 different starter packs. So the $12.99 pack here, this is going to be 6 months worth of products. You're also going to get 12 months of the web tools and the Kyani social, which I'm going to go and explain in depth and in detail very, very soon. Here in a minute about why that's important, what that does. It basically will save you $300 over the course of a year within Kyani. And also, too, you're going to have more than plenty of samples and more than plenty for you, especially if there's 2 of you in a family, to try and have more than a 30-day supply of products. This is roughly a $2,000 value. You're getting a huge price break on this products. Now, the next one is going to be a $5.99 pack. So you're going to get roughly 3 to 4 months worth of products in there. You're also going to get 6 months free of the Kyani Social. So once again, you're going to get a savings on that. And that right there is the builder pack. Now, there's a third pack here, which is $2.99. It's roughly a month and a half worth of products. Now, that right there is really a preferred customer program, is what we like to call it. That is for people that get in Kyani and they're wanting a wholesale cost as opposed to being like a retail customer and get a few products and things of that nature. Now, is there on occasion somebody that just doesn't have the money to do the bigger packs? Absolutely, that's totally fine. It's not going to impact your income at all. If you had to come in at one of those lower packs, we have to say, get in, refit in, let's grow, let's get after it. Here's what I'll tell you though. If you look at this compared to the cost of getting a Subway, a McDonald's, a big major franchise, it's very minimal, right? Can you think about, I mean, literally in my business partner Lance traditional business, a managed service organization for positions is like $100,000 to get going. Now, I don't think anybody's going to have to throw down $100,000 to get going on a nutraceutical company tonight. You know what I mean? But guess what? Here's what's neat. You have all the benefits of a traditional business, and you get to write this off 100% just as a business expense because it's a startup for you. So that's really cool. Not only are you going to get to write it off, but you're also going to get a ton of samples. You're also going to be able to launch your business off of these products. So go to the next slide here. Two things that are huge that really stood out to me with Kyani. The Kyani Caring Hands program. It's a retirement program, so it's really cool. So how this works is for every 100 and what they call KV in your business that's generated, you're going to get $1 in your retirement. So how neat is that? I got 6,900 KV in my business for my first 2 weeks because they put it in there every month or deposit it, however you want to say that. So you have to be in the company for 5 years and at the age of 60, but at that point in time, you cash out for the 60-month term on that. No matter how much money's in there, it's a long-term plan for you and for your future in this company. I love that. Because I know a lot of people that are hairdressers, they have certain jobs or businesses where they don't have a retirement program, or it's really expensive sometimes to go to people, and people don't want to put away $1,000 a month. This is going to be you building a business that's going to put it back for you. The next one over here is feeding starving families and children. It's the potato pack program. One potato pack feeds 5 people in a family. They pick a country every single year, and not only do they go down there and feed starving families and children, but what they also do is they build homes, they build churches, they do missions, they do all kinds of cool stuff. So I personally have donated over $200 already to this because it's a cause I can get behind. But here's what this company did to incentivize everybody and up the ante. They count that as revenue towards your business. So you could be in a 6-figure income in Kyani by helping and feeding starving families and children. How cool is that? I'm not saying it's going to work out exactly that way, but that's something I can get behind. That's something that I can get into and really push, and it fires me up that they're into giving back and taking care of people, not just hoarding and keeping all their money. And so that's what's really cool with this company. So go to the next slide here. Now, when I talked about the done-for-you business model, this is where one of the big separators, right? This is one of the big advantages with Kyani that I saw. I talked about web tools system and things of that nature and all that stuff. So what you're looking at here is whenever I was driving back from Dallas, Texas, when I met up with Brandon from signing up, here's what happened. I got on the phone and I was calling people. Hey, you need to check this out. We need to get going. I was calling. And what I was doing was having them download the Team Fusion app, and they could watch a webinar that is exactly like this meeting right here, but without them having to actually be at this meeting. And so they were pressing play on the video, they were watching it. And then they could watch success stories, anywhere from 18-year-old girls making $15,000 a month to 65-year-old couples who are making $20,000 a month. Everything in between the spectrum, ages, backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. People that are seeing success in this. The next one is income information. You got a PDF, all kinds of information talking about income and details and specifics on the company. The next one is all the product information. Videos from people that are PhDs talking about this. The next one would be how we feed starving families and children and a place to join. So I was talking, people were watching it. I was saying, hey, call me in 30 minutes when you get done. They were calling me back. Let's do it. I said, touch that button, you can sign up. They're like, wow, this is easy. Sign up 8 people in Kyani from Dallas to Tulsa. Just doing that with an app. If that explains you how simple and easy this is, nothing else will. It's so simple and basic. Now the next part is a business owner. I can manage my prospects. I can listen to audios. I can listen to videos. I can see all the events. I can link in. I can order products. I can buy potato packs. I can print PDFs. I can do everything on my business through my app. So really, at the palm of my hand, I can run my business all day long. And one of the things that most people would agree with is that most people are actually, it's like they sleep at night. They're closer to their phone than they are their spouse. Anybody notice that? Right? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So people are always attached to their phone. So technology has really bridged the gap to make things very simple, very basic for you to do within this company. So anyway, if we go to the next slide here. So life-changing events. If you look at this picture down here, this was Brandon Stevens' team when they went down to Vegas here like 6 months ago or something. Just a squadron of white cars of people that have gotten us, they're seeing success at that sapphire level. This is, when it comes to the events and stuff, for example, Brandon Stevens is going to be hosting an event in Dallas, Texas, right? It's going to be I believe, depending, the 21st through, I think, the 20th through the 22nd, depending on if you're a sapphire or above, the first day. You'll be invited for a special leadership the first day. The second and third days, a Saturday and Sunday, are a general session. Now, here's what I would tell you. What I love about this is you're not going to listen from people like Brandon Stevens who are making over $300,000 a month. You're going to listen from other people who are millionaires, but what I call relevant. They've done it in the last 18 to 20 months in Kyani. Okay? We're not talking about people that have been in a company. They're going to be walking up there with a stroller and tennis balls on the front of it, telling you about when they got in back in 1954 and we're doing door-to-door sales, okay? Does that make sense? You're going to be talking to people that are relevant. You're going to be talking to people that, know what's going on right now, can teach to right now, how to be successful in your business now, and people that are doing it. To me, that's important, to learn from someone who's became a millionaire within the last year and a half. Those are the people I want to learn from, right? If you want to learn from someone to be successful in business, go get around the best, and that's who's going to be there. You're going to learn from the best there and learn how to do what they've done. So for me, I want to go find people that are millionaires and do and copy what they've done. You'll have access to that down in Dallas, Texas. The whole weekend's a business write-off. And you know what? People pay thousands of dollars to go to like a Tony Robbins seminar or a who's some of the, there's Tony Robbins, I remember there was Tony Robbins, it was like $1,000 a ticket for a one-day event to go listen to Tony Robbins speak. But the only difference between a Tony Robbins seminar and one that Brandon Stevens is holding? The one that Brandon Stevens is holding, you can do what he's done. How many people think they can be Tony Robbins? You're not going to see my hands go down. I'm way too short and I don't have big enough teeth. I don't even have a shot. So what I'll tell you is, though, you can do and apply what you'll learn at this conference, and it's way less than $1,000 to be able to go for the weekend. It basically will take 12 months of a learning curve and make it into one weekend. I can't stress to you how important it is and what kind of success you'll see from that weekend. And so, anyways, we'll go to the next slide here. We really wanted three things if you came out tonight. One, A, B, or C. So C is you came out, you heard about these life-changing products, you're like, hey, I want to get going. Like say you talked about there's an 80% customer satisfaction and a 30-day money-back guarantee for customers. We've seen people try the products for 2, 3, 4 days, be so excited about it that they couldn't help but talking to everybody, so then they're starting to build a business even though they just tried to be a customer. Like I tried to be a customer, I couldn't help it, I just had to talk to everybody, right? So those are good problems. So but some people want to do that, that's totally fine. B is I have a few questions. Guess what? We got a few answers. Really, really simple. We can help answer your questions, help go through everything with you. And A is all in all action. When I saw everything was laid out in front of me, it made sense. I hopped in and I started rolling with it. Because guess what? When I knew that there was hardly anybody in this area, I said, why not me? Why don't I be the person that gets in on a good opportunity early on and go blow it up and be successful? There's people that got in good companies 8, 9 years ago that are making $2 million a year to this day. You know why though? Because they got in when nobody was in. Right now we're at the founding stages of this company. I've literally been in this company for 5 weeks. And right now, as far as for the state of Oklahoma, I have the largest business in the state of Oklahoma, not outside, but just 4 walls, Oklahoma, as an emerald in the company. If that should tell you how open this is, I don't know what will. In 5 weeks. I'm nothing special, but guess what? I'm in a special opportunity, and we have the ability to go out and set up a legacy for our family. So I'm pumped. I'm excited for the people that's literally, if you choose to, these can be $1 million seats you're sitting in right now because of the opportunity we have at hand. And here's the other thing. This business builds to 3 positions. So you could leave this meeting tonight, come out, sign up, and have people underneath you that you don't even know. I'll give you an example. Walter, you were one of the people I called and had watch the video, the webinar. So whenever I called Walter, I had to watch the webinar, you got to sign up. How many people are underneath you already?
Probably 60, 70.
60 or 70. How many do you think you know?
A handful.
A handful. Who else would like to have that? Jake Morans, how many people are underneath you? Over 100. How many do you know? 2%. 2%. Right? You know what that's called? Getting in early. Getting your spot, and not only you doing work, but being in a good position where there's other people that are doing work that you're benefiting from. And I could go after story, after story, after person, after person. It's called leveraging. It's called putting yourself in a system to have a system that works for you, like we talked about. Being in that 5%. Who's excited about being early in the 5%? Who would have liked to have been in that meeting with, Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, right? Who would have liked to know one of the 5 people invited, right? Me, right?
Yeah, me.
Guess what? Marty Severin, Dustin Malkovich, 2 billionaires today, because guess what? They decided to take a chance, hop in on it. Does anybody know the 3 people that didn't show up and said no? I don't either. Guess what? They didn't make it. But I want to be the guy who made it this. And so I'm wrapped up. I'm finished. We're going to be hanging around and answering questions with people. So if you have questions or you would like, I would tell you this. If you're serious about this, let's hop in. Let's get it going, because you know what? This train is moving on. There's going to be all kinds of explosion coming out of this. And so, as you know, Sadie just went Ruby in 21 days. You don't know the next person you're going to talk to that's going to go Ruby in 21 days. It could be one of your friends. And guess what? If you don't talk to them, one of us will. I promise. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next week. We'll be doing this again for sure next Thursday.
Yeah.
Another new stuff.
Great job, Fred. I want to tell you guys one quick joke real quick. Oh, there's my mom and baby girl and the crazy dog. Wait, you can go. You can let it go. You can let the dog go.
Sorry, everyone.
You can let the dog go. Let it go.
No, I can't.
You can let it go. No, let it go.
I've always had a slush and
Oh my gosh.
no, you don't understand.
Okay. Okay, now. Just let it go.
No.
Okay, fine. I come up the stairs.
Mom knows that.
The dog's cute. So is the kid.
No.
Hi,
everyone.
I paid her to take the dog with her. So one quick joke, because we always forget to tell it. It's like the funniest joke that Brandon says. So Brandon Stevens, the guy we're talking about, Vic's $1,000,000,000 a second, his other half is Asian, so he's constantly cracking Asian jokes, and my other half's African American, so we're constantly talking about interracial love around here. So I like it's my browner half, my better looking half. A lot of little mixed babies. She won the mixed baby lottery, by the way. Little side note. But Brandon talks about Judy, and she's never done a presentation one-on-one. She's done everything to the app. She's done everything to the Done For You model. And I love that, because how many of us are, well, not me, but how many of you maybe are afraid to stand up in front of people and do a big presentation? So she built a diamond business in Kyani using the Done For You app and model. And then Brandon said to her, "Babe, have you opened up your diamond check?" And she opened it up, and he said her eyes went from Asian to Caucasian. With that diamond check. I love that. And then she said, "Oh, you got jokes." She said, "All right. Well, now I think our bank account's starting to speak Chinese. Cha-ching, cha-ching." So anyway, so I was the stillest jokes forever. The best 2 jokes he tells. I hope he's watching. All right, thanks for coming, guys. We'll hang out. We'll definitely answer questions for you guys that are brand new tonight. Please ask us questions. Please don't leave here without your questions answered, and hop on, because this is a really great opportunity to be a part of. Thanks. Asian and Caucasian. She's real tiny and real cute. She is a real cute. Krista's great.
Just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
Just go to the app.
There's all your information.
Are you going to get presentation? I don't know what's either. I simply have to take time for that. I don't right under the top. I don't like oh, wow. with some networking, some things up in the game, where there's networking, there's networking, and then with this first got money, you're working to make things and make money right now. It's hard. However, if I could, and it starts coming in, I want you to talk to something right now. I got to look at it. If that's all. I do that too. I was yeah, 200 I could probably make.
But then after the 299, it's monthly, it's again, so like the price, yeah, it is the product that he
and then the product.
I'll let me do it sooner because like I said, I got even so there's like if you watch it,
I'm interested in how it's like I said, no pressure. It's awesome to see the job. Yeah, one of those where it's but he's calling after I text those ones to my friends. Susie, who I supported with
then they go. So like you sign up Susie now goes out and she gets friends, so she gets all the people on Facebook and they sign up to get benefits. So how much time does this spend a day doing this?
yes,
Say hi to everybody. How's it going? Good. Yeah. I assume everything makes sense for sure.
oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty simple deal. Yeah, definitely. You showed the video on the app, which is really good.
I forgot. I haven't, just because you asked. Yeah, you put mine 221. Oh, 10. And then I have it. I know it. I just,
And I don't want her to put mine in.
22817. When you want other people to look at
Yeah, he just
that same number, and so
he
you have to put
deals with electronic keys. He's going to take network, so he does computers, electronic stuff all day long. So he comes home, he's like, no attention span. I wonder if I'm going to go to. So I go, here, watch this webinar. He's like,